Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Welcome back to my uh, Gerobok Abdul Jalil book review. This is my 51st book review since I started in 2018, and it has been such a long time that I have not done it. I think the last one I did was about a year plus in 2022. So I came back. Um, I found back my time, and also I believe that I should continue this. And this is probably the first in 2023 that I started. Okay, so the book that I'm gonna be reviewing is actually a book written by Robert Iger, titled "The Ride of a Lifetime: Lesson Learned from 50 Years as CEO of the Walt Disney." As we all know, he has been the CEO of Walt Disney for more than 15 years. In actual fact, he is actually has came back from retirement in 2022. Actually, he came back replacing his successor, Bob Chapek, which I think has been criticized a lot by his board and shareholder, especially in living up to the expectation and filling up the shoes of Bob Iger, that has done tremendously well during the duration of his tenure in Walt Disney. Slight background about Bob Iger. He has been a media person since the early days of ABC and Sports Network. So he stumbled into Walt Disney when Walt Disney took over his previous company, and from there he has grown to be part of the team of Michael Eisner, uh, his predecessor in Walt Disney, who actually transformed Walt Disney in 1980s up until 2005, where I think credit to Michael Eisner, uh, changing the landscape of Walt Disney to the conventional kids channel to a main screen media. And I think Bob Iger continues the legacy of Walt Disney into a much more prominent players in the media world. Um, Obviously, I think nonetheless we have to look into Bob Iger leadership ability and his man-to-man approach, where he truly believed in galvanizing individual ability and advantage to the max, and also respect the enthusiasm and also the spirit of the individual towards the organization. I think this can be seen when I think he pursue in acquisition of Pixar Animation. Previously, Pixar Animation was a provider to Disney, where uh, they provide an agreement to produce, for example, The Bugs Life, and also Toy Story. So it become a merchandise provided by Pixar to Walt Disney. But I think what Bob Iger saw was more than that. he strongly believed in the culture of animation carried by Pixar that would actually transform Walt Disney despite the acquisition done by Walt Disney towards Pixar. And this can be seen when he allowed the two main executives of Pixar Animation to actually stay in Pixar Animation without changing Pixar Animation into Walt Disney, and even allow Pixar Animation to influence Walt Disney in terms of the culture of working. As you can see, Bob Iger is a people person. I've been hearing this many times in many organizations, even in my experience with several organizations talk about that. But how do you translate that into action? How do you make, a bold statement felt by the majority of the people in the organization? So in this case, Bob Iger is the person that, despite his shrewdness in making decision, he's a strong believer towards, what's right in terms of the business model and also what been felt when he makes that kind of decision. This is truly a reflection of him, that attention to detail in numbers and also the human element is being put into context in making a decision. When he did the acquisition on Pixar, he had a long and winding relationship built with the late Steve Jobs. He did that because he believed that in order to take Pixar into Walt Disney, he had to capture the imagination of Steve Jobs, that this merger or the acquisition will be a win-win situation for Pixar and also for Walt Disney. Again, you can see also that he did actually took this similar approach when he approached George Lucas in his effort to actually acquire Lucasfilm, which is among his, I must say, towards the end of his first retirement in Walt Disney, successfully been done, where he made a lot of effort to understand how does integration of Lucasfilm to Walt Disney will be a success by capturing the feeling and also the imagination of George Lucas into making it be part of the Walt Disney media mogul empire. And also his vision in acquiring Marvel was also tremendous, where he built an opportunity to actually complete the puzzle of Marvel products, where it was handed over to many parties in several rights, where he did that by making sure that where are the important element. For example, like in Marvel, Spider-Man was held by multiple companies in terms of rights, where it became a pillar of the acquisition of Marvel, that they need to get all the rights of Spider-Man so that it become one, and also created the Marvel Cinematic Universe based on the aspiration and vision of the people in Marvel. I must say my journey reading in this book was a long one. I mean, I have to credit to my dear friend, Mada, Ahmad Firdaus Abdul Rahman, who introduced me the book and even lent me the book for a very long time. Thank you for be patient with me to allow me to, keep your book for a very long time. And even uh, I bought the book and gave it as a gift to my niece, who is actually now pursuing her tertiary education in uh, multimedia and animation, which I find it that uh, the book that I'm reading is actually converge well with her journey starting into exploring the world of multimedia and animation. I think that's all for my book review this time, which I have long overdue for a very long time for the past 1 year. But nonetheless, I think there will be more to come. There's a lot of books that I have read and yet to be reviewed. So it will be continuously done, and hopefully you enjoy and probably get some ideas, what the books is all about, and probably take an interest on the book and probably explore it. Until then, good day, have a nice weekend, and enjoy your book reading. Goodbye, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.